Alright, welcome back everybody. We have made it by hook or by crook to level 5, and we have officially unlocked our first new starting position, that of level 3 or level 3B. Now, as I mentioned before, this is the first level that the game recognizes as a boss level. So you see we can't get through here. These doors are locked, and we will have to find the way to unlock them later in the level. You know, I think I'm actually going to dump this 9mm up here. I realized in between recordings at I can show off the nail gun to you guys in the arena mode, which I will also be demoing. Okay, and also that space is more valuable than a weapon I'm never going to use because it's too late in the game. Okay, you see that guy? He has got a slightly redder shirt than the guards that I've been used to. And he's also a bit more heavily armed. This is a new enemy. It's time for a 25 medkit there. Anyway, this is a new enemy. This is the red shirt, and he is the second of 3 of those guard-typey enemies. He will have worse weapons. They will have auto pistols in place of 9mm pistols, and I think they will have a faster-firing shotgun. Just all around. Ooh, that was item or something. I guess it's just a trapped zombie. Weird. Okay, so as mentioned, this is the first level that the game considers a boss fight. So we will be encountering some very unpleasant people before too long, is the idea. The other idea is that I still haven't learned that I need to gun those people down. Is this I feel like this might be a secret right here. Maybe not. It doesn't look thick enough quite on here. I'll leave it be for now. And if... okay, so that slow walk is really the harbinger of these guys. And you can see they had just started to pull out their ordnance there. And that is an excellent time to begin backing up. There I am again using the door trick. Wherein I cut their line of sight using the doors and make them come to me. Oh, I hear another one down there. Pull out the Fat John, actually. Now, I'm not convinced that it actually killed either of them. And, as you see there, they sometimes will get up to surprise you. Now, that could have gone better than it did, but it could have gone worse, too. You see that this one was actually carrying an automatic weapon, which makes him quite a threat. And we're dipping into our first aid kits a good bit more than I would like. You also saw what I said a little bit earlier in the game, is that for some of these long-rangey enemies, attacking them close range is a viable tool, because they didn't use their absolutely awful MG 3200s on me. Those things can just wipe you out before you can even blink. Instead, they wanted to get close and knife fight me, which wasn't quite as good of a proposition. Okay, I'm going to head back up this way, because sometimes if there's 2 entrances in the main room here, one of them will lead to some supplies or something like that, and I don't want to miss that. Okay. Thanks again to my EM detector for showing me this guy here and letting me get the drop on him. I think this was... well, that's fine. It's just as well to be sure. Yeah. Nothing of value. Anyway, I would hate to have missed a storage container or something like that. So again, I'm pretty much going all out with my 9mm ammo in this level, and that is simply because next to the fact that I can drop those red shirts with it, wasting a few things of ammo is of no consequence whatsoever. Again, you can see the red blood when these guys are truly dead. When they were just knocked over by the shotgun... hello there. When they were just knocked over by the shotgun, they weren't bloody like that. I should be a little bit more ready to use ammo. I think I've still kind of got an early game mentality. And we're getting into the mid-game now, when I really need to be using my weaker ammo. Like it's nothing. See, I could have taken a couple hit points of damage from that zombie, or I could have just used 2 9mm bullets, which are of almost no consequence to anybody, and just dropped him. Also, any of these tubes that come here now could spit out a swarm of zombies at us, so we do have to start approaching. Anytime we see tubes, we have to start to be cautious and approach them that way. Plates all over the place. And tubes. That can be both a good sign and a bad. There's 2. That'll get us some armor. Throwing 2 plates at us in a room. Oh, that's very nice. Another health kit, too. Health kits do become a bit rarer as we move on. Yeah, throwing 2 plates at us in a way is nice, because obviously it gives us some much-needed... We can only carry 2 tubes in a stack. It gives us some much-needed armor, but it can be sort of scary, too, because obviously anytime a game starts throwing items at you, and especially when a game like this starts throwing items at you, you know you are potentially in for a very bad time. Whatever. Take him out regular style. So one thing about this game is being very careful about zoning. Monsters, have a particular zone of interest that if you step into, they will come after you. And so when you're backtracking, you want to be quite careful that you're not inadvertently riling up a bunch of monsters. You can imagine, especially with those red suits attacking you with the MG 3200s or something like that, that if you managed to get one of those, you backed into one and didn't have time to properly prepare, that could be a real shame for you. Okay, now you see this yellow button right here. That means that this is the boss room. And I'm not sure if I actually do want to make a stimulant. These are the choices that we must make in this game. You know what? I've got a lot of dang explosives. So I think I might do that. What I'll do is I'll drop the empty can, get the stimulant, take the stimulant, take the empty can, wait until I calm down just a little bit here. Wow, this is a horrible arena for these guys. If it wasn't for my 2X rifle, I might really have been in trouble. But you can see how much nicer that fight was. Usually they give you at least some cover to deal with these guys with, and so the fact that they didn't is nasty. Quite nasty. But, so I think it actually was very good that I went ahead and used the stimulant there. Because that allowed me to run around these guys faster. Oh, and we got a motor, thank goodness. And I will take medkit 50. I will pick up this motor. I will make myself some power legs. Oh yeah. The power legs are, I think, not quite as effective as a permanent stimulant would be. But nonetheless, you can see that I'm really motoring now that I've got... Oh, is there something up here that I could have got? Oh, no, nothing. Now that I've got both the stimulant and power legs, I'm really motoring around. You know, I forgot if I explained what the teleporter did last time we played. The teleporter is an instant save you from death. If you would take damage that would normally kill you, the teleporter restores either 25 or 50 of your health, depending on which the items you use, and teleports you back to a safe place. Now, you can see if you're just running around willy-nilly, just like in the last fight with these warwalkers, it would be easy for you to activate one of these tubes. Sometimes there's a little something back here that they kind of hide for people that want to explore, but I'm not really seeing any goodies at all. I guess I could have been hiding in the wings a little bit more. Nevertheless, that worked out alright. And you see this, there's a room back here that I will not be able to get into. This room is in case you die in a fight with a boss, and this game includes these warwalkers in the boss category. Then it doesn't teleport you back to the start of the level like a normal teleporter would. It simply teleports you back to a little room right adjacent to the boss room. And my guess is in the next boss, who is much harder than these warwalkers, we'll probably end up doing that. Okay, so here's a place where I'm glad to have my power legs. Gosh. I want to make sure this guy's dead, because he is the real threat. Okay, that was just him tossing that at me. You know what? This seems like a good time. Uh-oh. This seems like a good time to get out of his line of fire. I'm not sure I like this room a whole lot more. I was gonna say, you know what? Running back like this can be really useful because it does let you get out of the way of those, just the guards. There we go. That was a good use of explosives. You know, I've got some decent revolver ammo here. There we go. That takes out the long-range man that isn't the guard. He's still behind us, and he may be pursuing us, or he may not. So, we can keep an eye out for him. The game has, like I said, a semi-random construction, and so there is no guarantee that you'll be done, even with, like, the hard part of a level once you finish with a boss. And that can be frustrating, because this boss a little bit, but especially the ones we're going to come up against in the future, really will exhaust a good most of your resources. These guys are peanuts, frankly, compared to the bosses in the future. You did see how much having this 2x rifle helped me. This thing is armor-piercing like nothing else. It has ammo forever. I mean, even a single hunting rifle really makes the battle against those warwalkers much nicer. But the way that that battle was set up, I don't know that we would have won it if we had the gear that we used when we fought the first group of 3 warwalkers. But regardless, we were able to prevail this time, and that's really all that matters. I wouldn't mind finding another plate so we can get another thing of ammo. I may notice that, you know, making those power legs freed up a lot of inventory space, but man, we have already used it up again. Sometimes these collapsed-in walls hide secrets, but not that often. Usually if you see a collapsed hallway, that is not the sign of a secret. It is instead... nothing for it, I guess. It is instead the sign just of a collapsed hallway. As always, caution is urged, even when just fighting a rush of zombies, because, for all you know, the zombies you might have walked into the zone of influence of a guard or somebody else carrying a weapon or something like that you will then have to deal with. Again, the EM detector, meaning I'm not really surprised walking around corners. Yeah, the teleporter location really isn't useful in maps like these, especially because I already know exactly where the teleporters are. Okay. That's an instance where it's just especially nice to have the EM detector, because I could easily have just walked right around the corner into that guy's sights. Not getting a whole lot of item drops. I think that was one of the yellow guys. Yes, it was. Hello. I think he's not dead yet. Ugh. Stupid of me. Well, I've still got my 150 health left, so it may seem like I'm burning through these things at a good rate, and I kind of am, and I kind of am not happy about that last one. But, all things considered, I'd rather have a couple big health ups and get rid of the smaller ones like this. Again, I definitely do not regret using the healing pack to create that stimulant. And hey, there's another medkit 25 for me. Those are always useful. Yeah, that stimulant, I think, gave me the mobility that I needed. So with those big, clunky bosses, they'll have some very hardcore stuff to throw at you. Is there something I can do with hardware? I can do a heavy revolver. That does use a large tube, however. Yeah, I think the large tube is better stuff I can do. Well, I do want hardware more than I want a can, I think. So I think I will hang on to the hardware, because I know that there's some other fun projects you can make. Once again, somebody around a corner here, and sure enough, it was a red shirt, so thank goodness we saw him coming, I guess. There we go. 3 shots with a revolver to take him down. So they are much more armored. I mean, remember that the revolver is more armor-piercing. Oh, now here's a new enemy type. These little guys are swarm bots. Kind of says it all in the title there. They come after you and zap you. Oh, hey, it's rare for these big guys to drop a canned meat, but it is certainly welcome. Not sure if I do want the tube. Let's see what else. What else can I do with a tube? Let's see. Ooh, Tesla coils are nice. SMGs are nice. Maybe I should make an auto pistol and then go for an SMG. Yeah, but I just don't have that much 9mm ammo. I'm not sure that's worth it. Go to nail gun 5. That's a hard call. I'm pretty sure I don't want to dump any of my weapons. Yeah, I think I'm going to make my peace with old Tubi here. And move on just as I am. Actually, sorry about this, but I want to see what I can do with hardware. Looks like a lot of things, right? Yeah. Yeah, I want to keep it for this railgun, if nothing else, and the Tesla coil, too. Yep, alright, hardware it is. The joys of a single-run game. If you get into a run at one of the later levels, they do give you a lot of equipment, but you've usually got a couple spaces. And in a way, it's kind of relaxing to have them make your inventory choices for you. Of course, the pickier among us probably would more prefer. Let's see. Man, I am just about all out of... look at all these explosives. I need to... Man, you can only carry 2 RDX 500s, huh? Can I do a Panzerfaust? I can do a Panzerfaust. I haven't shown off one of those yet. Well, yeah, it's an RDX 500 too. I've only got 2 of these RDX 250s, and so if I can find an enemy, I might take them out with it. This is one of those few places where I'm actually not too afraid. I hear somebody. Oh well, that wasn't really worth it. There we go. Finding a guard would be the bad thing right now, because I've just been messing about getting rid of some of my explosives. There we go. There we go. Didn't want to waste another shotgun ammo on him. Again, even in the mid-game, and my goodness, especially in the late game, this is definitely a game where every round matters. There's another empty can. Every round matters, every hit point matters, every bullet matters. It's something that I really don't mind. Okay, now there's an adhesive grenade launcher in there. And you might think you don't need one, and I sure don't, but I can take it and dump the ammo for some free ammo, and that's nice. I think at this point I'm actively not going to care about nail boxes. I am always, of course, going to care about medkits. Those never outlive their charm. And here's another plate, which means more armor. 63 armor now, and I can get the M-chip and start a thing of those. M-chips are just always useful. You can do so much with them. I guess there was some 9mm ammo in there. That's always welcome, of course. There's another box up here. It looks like this game is really piling on sort of the late game rewards. Ooh, and a taser. Let's see. How am I gonna get the taser? Totally a tricky problem. Yes, that's right. Thrill as I struggle with inventory management. Alright, what's it gonna be? I guess empty cans. I'm gonna take the taser because I don't think I can quite come up with... Ooh, I could make a shock blade. That would be fun with it. So a shock blade is that better knife that I talked about, and it would essentially allow me to one-shot a lot of things that I've been attacking with a knife so far. The only other thing I could do with the taser is make the, where is it? Tesla coil. And the Tesla coil is a fun weapon, although, you know, honestly, I didn't end up using it that much because it used battery ammo, which is the same thing that much more powerful things will use. I might actually make the shock blade. It's kind of a silly thing to do, and I may bitterly regret it, but there we have it. Okay. Shock blade, get. I don't think you need to select the shock blade to use it, although I could be wrong. I will test that out and let you know. I will probably test that out in the arena instead of here in the actual thing, because that would be terrifying. You know, it strikes me that empty cans are definitely something that you could essentially drop, because being only crafting items, you know, they're the kind of thing you may not need to carry with you through the level proper. Okay, now we know there's at least one guy down here, and if I know him this game, yep, he's gonna be a guard. Okay. Remembering to cut line of sight, and use the EM detector to see if he's still alive. Turned out he wasn't, so that was nice. We can avoid another zombie rush, and every one of those that you can avoid is, of course, just more ammo, fewer hit points off. And I think we're good. I wanted to sneak around and see if I could get all the map revealed there to make sure there weren't any secrets. We all know about those guys sort of sneakily hiding secrets away. However, this does look like a secret. Excellent. What do we got? Just a stimulant. Well, it could be worse. I'll eat it. And let me run around like a madman. You know, the combination of power legs and stimulant might not be bad for the boss on the next level. I'll be honest with you. This level wasn't quite so bad, although I am quite nervous about the next level. And I say that before I've beaten this level, which is always a bad proposition in this game. This game can and will murder you at the slightest provocation at any point. Who are you? You're one of them. Apparently, these guys didn't throw their grenade sack much at all. It was a very rare event in the vanilla edition of this game, but in the Die More, they've added in all kinds of fun new things, including them throwing their grenades much more often. Okay, let's finish up. Teleport clearance thing here. And I think you guys will see what I'm saying when I say that the next level makes me quite nervous once we get to the relevant part of it. Really, I've only beaten it a few times, but really you only need to beat it a few times, which is handy. Now, here's something good to know about the game. Even if you step into a sphere of influence for these zombies, sometimes they won't spawn them if you're not directly in the same room as the pipe, so you don't have to worry about stepping into the circles and hallways. Now, that doesn't always work, and, you know, as always, if the game can screw you over in some way, it will happily do so, so don't take that to be an always kind of thing, just a sometimes kind of thing. But hey, 93 health, 63 armor, still some reserves, although not as much as we had when we came in. But we're not out of anything yet. And just as in level 1, we have a choice. We can go to Advanced Combatants Training, or we can go to Damage Statistic Department. And if I know you guys, if we have a choice between Math and Advanced Combat, it's Math every time. So let's go to the Math Labs, the Nerd Herd, the Damage Statistic Departments. Take on level 6 and see if we can unlock the next level, which is level 5. Thanks a bunch, and I'll see you guys next time on Let's Play Teleglitch.